The biggest story of the day, Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party has registered a landslide victory in the Delhi Assembly elections. With a tally of more than 60 seats, the Aam Aadmi Party got a thumping majority in the 70-member assembly for a second consecutive term. The BJP, which fought a spirited battle against the ruling party to come back to power after 20 long years, gained a few seats over its 2015 tally, but way less than what the party had expected. While the Congress party drew a blank once again with a mere 4% vote share. So in the 70-member Delhi Assembly, the Aam Aadmi Party has won 62 seats, 5 less than what it got in 2015. The BJP finished a distant second with 8 seats in its kitty, 5 seats more than what it got in the last assembly elections. While the Congress party has faced complete decimation for a record second time, winning no seat and 63 of its candidates losing their deposits. Talking now about the vote share of the three parties, the Aam Aadmi Party's vote share stands at 53.58%. The second party, the BJP, got 38.51% votes, while the vote share of the Congress party fell to 4.26% this time around. Talking about the 2015 assembly elections in Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party had then secured 54.3% votes, which means this time the party has lost about 1% votes as its vote share has come down to 53.5% this time. The BJP's vote share in 2015 was 32%, meaning the party has improved its vote share this time by more than 6%. And the third party in the fray, the Congress, has lost about 5% of its vote share. 5 years ago, the Congress had got 9.6% of the total votes polled. This time, the party was unable to secure even 5% of votes in Delhi, where it ruled for 15 long years. So Arvind Kejriwal hailed the election results as a victory of people. He thanked the people of Delhi for reposing faith in him and his work and handing him another 5-year term. Listen in.
ये जीत मेरी जीत नहीं है, ये सभी दिल्ली वासियों की जीत है। ये दिल्ली के हर उस परिवार की जीत है जिसने मुझे अपना बेटा समझ के, जिन्होंने मुझे अपना बेटा मान के हमें जबरदस्त समर्थन दिया, इतना वोट दिया। ये हर उस परिवार की जीत है जिनको अब दिल्ली में 24 घंटे बिजली मिलने लगी है। ये हर उस परिवार की जीत है जिनके बच्चों को अच्छी शिक्षा मिलने लगी है। ये हर उस परिवार की जीत है जिनके लोगों का दिल्ली में अस्पतालों में अच्छा इलाज होने लगा है। दिल्ली के लोगों ने आज देश में एक नई किस्म की राजनीति को जन्म दिया है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal for his party's spectacular win in the Delhi Assembly elections. He also wished him the very best in fulfilling the aspirations of the people of the national capital. Leaders of the BJP and Congress also congratulated Arvind Kejriwal for his party's emphatic victory.
दिल्ली की जनता का ये जो जनादेश है, उसको सर माथे रखते हुए मैं अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं। मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि वो दिल्ली की आकांक्षाओं के अनुरूप दिल्ली सरकार में अच्छा करते हुए दिल्ली को उसके अपेक्षाओं की पूर्ति करेंगे और हमने अपने हिसाब से काफ़ी अपेक्षाएं रखी थीं। हमारी अपेक्षाएं खरी नहीं उतरी।
चुनाव की हर हार एक नई सीख है, ऐसा हम मानते हैं। ये हार से हमें इस बात का एहसास जरूर हुआ कि हमें जनादेश नहीं मिला, पर कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता और नेताओं में निराशा नहीं, एक नया संकल्प है नवनिर्माण का, जमीनी स्तर से लेकर आगे बढ़ने का। और उस नवनिर्माण के संकल्प के साथ एक बार फिर एक बेहतरीन दिल्ली का नक्शा लेकर हम अपना कार्य करते रहेंगे।
Let's now take a look at some high-profile candidates who contested the elections and the mandate they received from people. The most high-profile and keenly watched constituency was the New Delhi Assembly seat from where Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal contested. In fact, the Aam Aadmi Party chief secured a comfortable victory this time as well, getting more than 60% of the votes in his constituency. His deputy, the Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, who also registered a win in Patparganj, defeating BJP's Ravinder Singh Negi. Sisodia's win came after a long seesaw battle during the day, wherein for several hours he was even trailing. But in the end, he finally managed to claim the seat by a margin of around 4,000 votes. BJP's Vijender Gupta retained his Rohini seat. He defeated Aam Aadmi Party's Rajesh Bansiwala. And the Krishnanagar seat, another high-profile seat, in fact a traditional one for the BJP, went to S.K. Bagga of the Aam Aadmi Party. He defeated Anil Goyal of the BJP by nearly 4,000 votes. The Delhi Assembly election results told a story of a historic low for the Congress party. The party bagged a vote share of just 4.26%, miles behind the Aam Aadmi Party's 53.6% and the BJP's 38.5%. In 2015, the Congress had a vote share of 9%, the BJP had 32.3% and the Aam Aadmi Party 54.3%. The performance of the Congress party marked a huge fall from a peak of 48% vote share under late Sheila Dikshit in the 2003 elections and 40% 5 years later in the 2008 Assembly elections.
While the Aam Aadmi Party scored a landslide win in the Delhi Assembly elections, the BJP saw its vote share and seats tally going up. But the worst loser turned out to be the Congress, whose performance touched a record low. The Congress drew a blank and bagged less than 4.27% of the total votes polled. 63 of its candidates even lost their deposits. It was a sorry state of affairs for a party that ruled Delhi for 15 years in a row under former Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit. The Congress failed to open its account for the second consecutive assembly election in Delhi. Listing out the reasons, Congress spokesperson Sharmishta Mukherjee said there was an inordinate delay in decision-making at the top and a lack of strategy and unity at the state level. Demotivated party workers and lack of connect at the grassroots completed the party's debacle.
कांग्रेस हारी है, हताश नहीं है। जो हमारे अंदर क्षमता थी, हमने पब्लिक के सामने अपने विचार रखे, 15 साल के दिल्ली के कार्यों के बारे में बताया।
Only 3 Congress candidates, Arvinder Singh Lovely from Gandhinagar, Devendra Yadav from Badli and Abhishek Dutt from Kasturba Nagar saved their deposits. Most Congress candidates got less than 5% of the total votes polled in their respective constituencies. The party's campaign committee chairman Kirti Azad's wife Poonam Azad stood fourth, polling only 2,604 or just 2.23% of the votes. To put the performance of the party in perspective, less than a year earlier, the Congress won a vote share of 22.5% in the May 2019 general elections. This compared to 56.6% for the BJP led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and just 18.1% for the Aam Aadmi Party. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.